about, what was it, 8 months ago, Jack and I were looking for an assistant, and we posted a video on YouTube, and we basically said to everybody, hey, go and submit an application online, show us whatever you want to show us, and we're going to go through all the applications, and we'll pick the person we feel like might be the best fit. And you were at the very top of the list. You posted a video of just like this incredible, it's like 3 minutes of this scene of you just like running and getting ready, and the editing was phenomenal. Like you're getting ready, and like you're running with a coffee, and you got a Starbucks coffee in your hand, and then you tripped.
The production quality was the best out of every single video.
Yeah,
by a mile.
I have to say, when Alex Nava submitted his video, who's the one who's working with us now, I was pretty set on Alex immediately. When I saw that video, I was like, it's Alex. But then Jack said, wait a second, look at this video. And I saw it, and it made me
cry.
It made me,
quite frankly,
question. It really, no, honestly, it made me question everything, because I was like, wait a second, how can I pick between two that were so good?
Yeah.
And we flew you out for, what was it, for a weekend?
Yeah. 2 days.
And you vlogged, and your vlog was the very first episode posted on the Stephan. That was our very first test. And that was one of now the most viewed videos in the Stephan. I think it's the second most viewed video.
Yes.
Titled, I Almost Broke My Ford GT, that you filmed of just Jack and I doing thumbnails.
Yeah.
But anyway, at the end of the day, it didn't work out, and we had to let you go. So I want to bring you back on, fly you out from Florida, and get your side of the story, what it was like for that first weekend, and then what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Because I also heard you quit your own job too.
Yeah. So basically, you guys made me quit my job.
Oh.
So I got fired and quit my job. Yeah. So it's been a roller coaster, but it's got a good ending. So yeah.
That's a title. I got fired and quit my job. I quit my job and got fired.
That's funny. I like it.
Oh man. So yeah, when I saw that posting, I was at my office working, and I was like on Instagram in the bathroom, and like I saw it posting, and immediately when I saw that, I was like I'm gonna get a chance to meet them. Like immediately I knew that. Especially like that first night is like, okay, let me see what people are posting, and I just saw the type of quality that was out there, and I was like, no doubt I'm gonna blow it out of the water. Like,
why? What made you think that?
Just because leading up to it, so I'd been working in YouTube like for myself, just practicing, not really working, just like have my own little gaming channel, which I'll kind of get into later. But you know, I kind of understood what YouTube was about, and a few months prior, y'all were hiring for an assistant. You don't remember that? Like someone said, DM Jack for an assistant position.
Yeah, that's right.
So when he did that, when y'all posted that, I was up. It was like midnight. I was watching college football or whatever, and I saw, I was like, I'm gonna send Jack or whoever the video is. So I went in my garage and like recorded a little video on my iPhone. I don't know.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
it would be incredible to put that video here if we could find that video.
I got it. It's like
really?
it's on my unlisted.
I would love to see it.
It's on my unlisted because I sent it to you. I want to see if you view it. I'm like, nobody else is gonna view this, and it's like, hey, like, I started off like here in my garage, and I throw up Ty Lopez, and I'm just like, hey, like I think it'd be cool to work for you, or whatever. And me and Jack exchanged a few DMs and stuff like that, and then nothing came from it. So I was just like, this next time it comes around, like I'm just not gonna miss. And I understood, like, I mean, it's simple. It's just like a YouTube video. Like you got to grab their attention in the first couple seconds. Like I want y'all to know, like instantly, right when you click on this video, like, okay, what's going on here? Like this guy's got a high production. Like he put a lot of effort into it. And I don't know. That's it really. I mean, I hit up a couple friends that had a good camera, and I was like, here, I got this video. Like I got the script. Like, let's make it happen.
So you scripted the video.
Scripted the video.
You acted in the video, but you had someone else film and edit?
No, I had someone film it. He actually edited it, but I basically told him like shot by shot, like this is what I want this shot to look like. This is what I want this shot to look like, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And then he's helped me out like doing some other projects in the future. But I just filmed that video, and I just knew.
I remember when I was watching that video, I showed Graham it, and then you came here and you told me that you did not edit and produce that video yourself.
Yeah.
I told Graham, and he said that was like a big.
I felt cheated. I was like, wait, because I went into this thinking that you had like someone film it, but you had like edited this whole video.
Yeah.
I'm like, the editing quality of this is fantastic. I was blown away.
I mean, it basically was like I literally had this guy here. I was like, this is the shot I want. This is the shot I want. X, Y, and Z. I could have edited it myself. I mean,
I
same
thought
thing.
it was perfectly fine that you hired it out because that just shows you're resourceful. The thing is, it's the most important thing is that the video gets done and it gets done well. And that's exactly what you did. Even if you employed other resources, you still did it well.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally the editing and every shot that was planned out, like it was I told them what to do. And then, they sent it to me like, okay, let's change a couple things here and then fix it. But yeah, every shot by shot. And then like since then I've had him shoot for me because I think I paid my buddy like $300 to film and edit. So now I just pay him like $100, come over, film for half a day, and then I'll cut it up and use it because it's the same thing.
See, I was telling Jack, I was worried that if we needed technical shots like that, you wouldn't be able to do that on your own. And you would have to hire somebody else to do that. And
well, like the camera shots, like the camera work, like I'm not that good with. But like the vision, like I could see it in my head. I'm like, this is what I need to see. Like this is the shots that I need. I mean, I'm sure it's not that hard to learn, but I just had a buddy who's good with the camera.
Yeah.
And,
well, it got our attention. Who reached out for it? I bet Jack reached out first, right?
I was in the mentorship program, and I think I don't know if I had your number, but I was like, just wait. I was like, hey, like, I know it's like, it's already been up a week, but like, just hang on. Like the best is yet to come. And I knew I'd have an opportunity to come out here. And then Jack just hit me up on like a random Monday and was like, we had talked, and he's like, hey, can you come out like tomorrow? And like, I was at home working and like my corporate job. And I'm like, it's hard to just, hey, I'm going to be gone for 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I was just like, yeah, like give me an hour and I'll just like make it happen. And, I was working from home because my daughter had an ear infection. I just called my boss like, hey, like my daughter has an ear infection. Like I can't come in the office the next 2 days. Like I'm gonna be at home or I'm not going to be in the office. Yeah. And I just flew out here, worked 3 hours behind. I worked a little bit in the morning and just like, did that thing. So,
wow. What was it like coming here? It was first time in Vegas?
Yeah, it was first time in Vegas. Wow. I won't say I love to gamble, but when I was like first turned 18, there's a Hard Rock casino in Tampa and like loved to play Texas Hold'em. So before I got married and stuff, like we would go like probably too often, at least a couple times a month. But we always, want to go to Vegas and gamble. But I've been here like 3 times and really haven't been. I walked around the casinos a few, but not like a night of gambling. But I came to Vegas. I got in real late, stayed at a Airbnb or whatever, and then I remember like walking up here, getting an Uber the next morning. Graham, you were in your office. I could see you through the window editing, and Jack opened the door, and his hair was just like spread way out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He had these like sweatpants on, like with like dogs on them.
The brown dogs.
He looked like he had like just woke up, and I was like, oh, what's up? But yeah, it was fun. Came in, obviously he came out. He's like, hey, have full access to the fridge. Make yourself at home, and yeah, pretty much just hung out in this room before it was a podcast studio, and just like we did a couple sponsorships, and just hung out and like yeah.
What was your impression of the workload that we gave you?
I mean, it was nothing different. It's something more than I enjoyed. Like I'm used to working full long days, so it's like the workload wasn't really any issue.
Do you have any questions for us? Like maybe why exactly we didn't decide to go with you or anything?
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
well tell me. Yeah, why don't you just tell me? Yeah, that'd be good to know.
Well, we don't want to say. Yeah. No. Well, we were in the car because we went and got In-N-Out, right?
Yeah.
We got In-N-Out, and you told me that like logistically, it would like it already was.
Yeah,
it was very slim.
It was very slim chance. Like actually, prior to me coming out here, when I showed my wife the video, like she was like, I was like, what's wrong? Like she's just like, you just seem so excited and like ready to go for this opportunity. I'm like, yeah, like what's the deal? She's just like,
what's the deal?
She's just like I like my job here. And I'm like, well, like what do you mean? Like this is like my opportunity. Like I have to take this. Like like there's no other option. And so like when I had left Florida, it was like I'm just coming out here. Like who knows what's gonna come from this? Like I have to see it out. Like I have to come and find out. So I went already knowing that. My family isn't fully on board with like a move at that time. And I was just like, I gotta see what the deal is and try to make it happen.
And how much were you making at that job?
So at my job, I was making 78 plus bonuses for probably about 90. Yeah,
90 exactly. So you would have taken basically a 50% cut.
Like,
50% cut.
And I wouldn't have thought twice about it. Like because me, like the value isn't in the salary. You know, the value is being here, like learning from you guys, and obviously the opportunities that come from me providing value. Like, and that's something that I was like trying to explain, like to my wife. I was like, hey, like, you know, like $40,000, it doesn't mean anything like that. I'm not worried about the number. It could be 50, it could be 30. In my video, I said I would work for free. Like, obviously I wouldn't work for free, but she's like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, well, you know, it's just like, that's the mentality you have. But yeah, so the pay I wasn't worried about. I know I'll be able to make that up. And I knew that coming out here that I was like, I don't know. But
I think a lot of it was the logistical issues.
Yeah.
Now, another reason, it didn't really have anything to do with you, but Alex also came out, and that he's our current assistant, like Grant said. He came out before you, which also gave us like I feel like we honestly prepared a little bit more for Alex to have like a lot of activities.
Yeah.
And we also, I remember we filmed a podcast, and then I stayed up with him until like 3:30 in the morning editing that podcast. And then we woke up the next morning and started grinding. And so our days were like fully packed with activities. Whereas when you came over, it was like we had stuff to do, like we filmed the vlog and stuff, but aside and did sponsors. But aside from that, we didn't have like a bunch of stuff.
To do, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think he provided some value that I can't provide. Like as far as this whole setup, like the camera stuff, like I'd be Googling it, and like I don't know how to do this, you know. So I could definitely see, like, from the time you came on, I can see the production value that went up. But yeah, I mean, since that opportunity came, like, it has opened up so many doors for me along the line. Like, and every opportunity that I've taken, like, since then, like, in like the YouTube world is like, honestly, like completely changed like my work life and like everything.
I'm glad, because I was worried with Jack. It was a long discussion between all of us, including Macy, of just like, Alex or Cole, and it's tough because it's like you have to choose between like mom and dad. Like that's kind of how it felt. And when first of all, I felt really bad that you would have been taking such a pay cut.
Yeah. And
so right off the bat, I'm like, oh geez, like, because then there's pressure on us. Like, what happens if you quit this job at 90? You move your family over here. You're making like half of that initially, and you don't like it, or your wife is miserable, or you know, and then that affects you too. And then now you're miserable, and it's like, and that tension is created by us.
Yeah.
So like, do we want to take that risk? And it was like, had you been closer, it would have been an easier consideration. But almost for me, when Jack mentioned that, I was like, oh, well, you know what? That makes our decision a little bit easier on that side.
And because even if I was offered, I don't know, because obviously if I don't have full approval from my wife, like that's like my family's like the most important thing. Like I'm not just gonna like jeopardize any of that to like for a job. But so who knows, like if the opportunity came, if I couldn't even took it. But I knew coming out here was something I had to do. Like there's no question. And I'm so glad I did.